The Horn of Plenty, one of the symbols of our nation, a mythical object from which infinite food and wealth flows out. Unfortunately, there is no real mythical object like this. The Horn of Plenty is created by us all as a symbol of our labor, combined. However, despite this symbolism, there is a simple truth. We do not have enough food for everyone. The war effort continues to eat away at our supplies that would have been in abundance if it was not for our enemies. That is why we have introduced a new system of rationing. Why is rationing needed in the first place? Well, Teolinnen runs on a strict hierarchy, where the goods and luxury are given to the most deserving. Our leaders, the veterans, the heroes, and the most industrious of our workers are the people who get the most. But in war, our brave soldiers gain priority as more food and more resources are put onto the front lines. A need to save food for the soldiers becomes apparent. Furthermore, not all crops are used for food. For example, a quarter of potatoes are used to make biodiesel to power our machines. Our logistical systems have already been put strain on, and many of our farmers have enlisted to join the armed forces. With all this, in wartime, food is not as abundant as it was, and thus rationing is needed. Now, before rationing, you could buy as much food as you wanted, as long as you had enough money. In rationing, there are now hard limits on the food you can consume. You will be given ration coupons once a week to spend throughout the week. Certain items cost more ration coupons than others. For example, a carrot is worth 1 ration coupon, while bread is worth 2, chicken is 4, and cake is worth 10. These are simple examples. Some items are not rationed, like tea and other vegetables. The amount of ration coupons you get per week depends on citizen class. This is unfortunate, but the war effort needs your effort, and this is one of the best ways to fight if you don't have the pleasure of being on the front lines. However, there are still some things you can do to reduce the food stress you might be under, and to help in your patriotic duties. First, if you are a farmer, work harder. You are the backbone of our food production. The more food you produce, more for the cornucopia, and more for us all. Secondly, it is advised to start a victory garden. Seeds can be brought and planted in your backyard or publicly available spaces with the approval of your local Stewardship of Prosperity Ministry of Urban Development and Administration. Pamphlets can be found in offices, and you can stay tuned on Teolinnen Central Television for further broadcasting about victory gardens. Perhaps you want a more patriotic way to get your food. For that, Teolinnen recommends hunting. Get yourself a travel permit which requires C-class citizenship or higher, and you can leave the borders and go into the dreaded natural wilderness. From there, you can hunt and kill the wildlife for our nation. Hunting is perhaps one of the best ways to get food, as it is not rationed, extremely patriotic, and most importantly, it is fun. This has been a public service announcement about rationing. Please remember to all follow all new rationing rules, as we will all need to make sacrifices in this war, and remember, you are lucky to be in a nation as prosperous and as glorious as ours, and every sacrifice is worth it. Glory to Teolinnen, Empire of the Setting Sun, for the Horn of Plenty overflows.